Hello everybody, hope you're all right this morning. Okay, today I'm going to tell you another story from the Old Testament in the Bible, and this is the story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. So to start us off today, I'd like to pause my video and play the clip to YouTube where it tells you this story really well. So do that now, just go and follow the link and watch the story and then come back to me, okay? Okay, hopefully you've done that now. So the story of Joshua, I've got it just here for us. So I'm going to tell you the story again. Joshua became a leader of the people after Moses. Let me go there so you can see a bit better. God helped him too. When they had to cross the river Jordan, God made the water stop and they all walked over on dry land. Joshua led the army against the city of Jericho. God told him what to do, and he obeyed. They marched round the city walls once a day for 6 days. On the 7th day, they marched round 7 times, blowing trumpets. The walls of the city fell down flat. The soldiers were able to walk straight in and take the city. With God's help, Joshua and the people of Israel won the Battle of Jericho. So that's the story of Joshua there. So I was just making myself here a pretend city of Jericho. So I'm using building blocks to make a city. Now this city was a really strong and secure city. There was no way in. Joshua wanted to get in there because God told him that's where he needed to be and that's where his people needed to be. He'd looked around, he couldn't get in. So God said, I know what you need to do. So I'm going to finish off building my pretend walls of Jericho. This is the city of Jericho here. And again, it had strong walls. It didn't let anybody in. So I'm not leaving any gaps as I'm building my little city. There we go, and it had high walls they couldn't get over. Nearly finished. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So there are my walls of Jericho. So they wanted to get in, they couldn't get in. God said, march round the city every day. And they did that for 6 days. And they marched round and round and round the city walls on day 1. And again on day 2. And day 3, and day 4, keep going, day 5, and day 6. That must have been pretty tiring doing all that marching and banging and stamping all the way around for 6 days. Then on the 7th day, God told them to do it lots of times. So they didn't just do it once, they did it lots of times on that day, and they banged and they stamped, and they must have wondered what on earth they were doing. But God knew and God had a plan, because on that day, when they marched round lots and lots of times, what happened to the walls of Jericho was they fell tumbling down. The walls of Jericho came down, which meant that Joshua and his people could get into the city, which was God's plan. So today I want to see if you can have a go making yourself some walls of Jericho. Now you could do it like me. You could do it out of blocks, building blocks like this. You could get really inventive and do it out of maybe biscuits. Maybe you could stand some biscuits round in a line, or maybe pieces of bread, and see if you can make a little fort like that. Really strong, tight walls together, and then pretend you're marching and stamping round and blowing trumpets, toot toot toot, and then see if you can then shake your walls and they come tumbling down. Okay, right everybody. Got our little cross for our prayer. I'll move my walls aside now. See if you want to get your little Duplo cross, you'll get that one now. We'll say a prayer to God. Dear God, thank you that you've got a plan. You know what's coming and you know what to do. Help us to listen to you and help us to do what you want us to do. Amen. Lovely. And we'll finish now with a song. I think today we're going to do Our God is a Great Big God, because only a great big God can do things like knocking the walls of Jericho down, just how he wants it to happen. So we read it after 3. 1, 2, 3. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe, and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me, and he's loved me, since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Have a lovely week, everybody. Bye.